Valorant, the 5v5 hero shooter made and published by Riot Games, the same people behind League of Legends. Now, on the surface, these two games don't have that much in common, but both games include lore, mysteries, and small details that most players will not even notice. And that's why today I'll be talking about the Valorant Iceberg to discuss some of these lesser known facts. And if you don't know what an iceberg is, it's a collection of information ranging from the most common knowledge at the top of the iceberg to the most obscure ones down at the bottom. And with that being said, this iceberg was submitted on Reddit by the low-end PC user. Now, this iceberg was submitted on Reddit about a year ago, so I will try to include updated information in this video. And at the end of the video, I'll put in my own entries, although they'll be just kind of random because I have no idea how to sort out an iceberg. And with that being said, let's get into it. League Easter eggs. This entry refers to the many nods to Riot Games' other popular installment, League of Legends. Like, for example, the Scuttle Shack. And Split is an actual crab monster that appears in League of Legends, and it gives the player a speed boost upon killing it. Although it should be noted that these two games do take place in their own universes. The Shotgun Sage. This entry refers to the Valorant YouTuber who goes by the name Quirky, who climbed to Immortal only using shotguns in the very early days of Valorant, which was pretty impressive at the time because shotguns are seen to be more of a situational gun. Like, you have to be really up close to use them. But with that being said, he did get some pretty impressive kills, and he was also a team player because when he could, he got guns for his teammates because Valorant is a team-based game. Flashbangs. Now, I'm not totally certain about what this entry is referring to. It's just kind of too vague. However, my guess is that it's referring to the amount of agents in Valorant that have a flashbang or a flash in their kit, such as Reyna, Yoru, Breach, Sky. And yeah, it can get pretty annoying if you just get flashed like 7 times in a row. Animal graffitis in Ascent. This one's pretty simple. On the map Ascent, you can see these animal graffitis. Kingdom Corporation. Kingdom is a corporation in the Valorant universe whose main goal is to harness the power of Radianite. They do this by conducting questionable experiments, and is branded with this logo that can be seen all throughout the map, such as on the boxes, some of the guns, and even the spike. Now, there's a whole lot going on with Kingdom because it's part of the Valorant lore. So I would probably recommend this video if you guys really want to know more about Kingdom and its whole purpose in Valorant. Boombot is a modified alarm bot. So apparently, one of the Valorant designers actually confirmed in an interview that Raze stole Killjoy's schematics for the alarm bot and created the Boombot with it. Parkour course in training mode. So in the training mode of Valorant, there's a parkour course just right around this corner, and people actually speedrun this course, which is pretty weird. My personal time is like 45 minutes. I'm really bad at parkour. Abilities don't kill. So in an interview with one of the Valorant devs, they said that abilities don't kill people and that it is a gun-based game. Well, how wrong were they when they released Raze with 2 nades and a boombot? Not to mention her ulti, which is literally just a rocket launcher, and sometimes you don't even have to shoot a bullet to get 2 or even 3 kills when playing Raze. Sage nerfs. So when Sage first came out, She was considered a top agent because her heal did 100 points of healing over 5 seconds. Her slow orb covered a nice large area, and her wall was instant hard, making it really hard to break. However, Riot Games did notice this and did decide to nerf Sage multiple times on different patches, reducing her healing speed, the slow orb range, and her wall, which now has to be fortified over 30 seconds. So yeah, Sage was definitely nerfed a lot. Hidden bears. So scattered throughout all the maps of Valorant, there are these plush bears in different situations and scenarios. Some of them can't be seen by the player. However, this one is referring to the ones that are hidden, ones that you have to look a little bit deeper into. And here are some of the ones that I found. Glitch Pop store. So when the Glitch Pop set was released in Valorant, they changed this store from looking like this to like this. And as you can see, it matches the aesthetic of the Glitch Pop skins, and they even sell some pretty cool items like Valorant manga, Valorant Funko Pops, and a couple of jackets. Cypher's dead family. So as part of Cypher's lore as a character, his family died during unknown circumstances.
I must survive to protect my family. I can't lose them. I can't feel that pain again.
Cypher actually grew up in Morocco, where the map Bind is located. And Cypher still holds a grudge towards Kingdom because they would often visit his town and do experiments, resulting in it being depleted of all its resources.
What has Kingdom done to this town? However pretty their lies are, they're just sucking my city dry. Get out of my city!
Jett was a chef. Before Jett was recruited by the Valorant protocol, she was a chef. However, there was an incident relating to her radiant powers that caused her to leave. This can also be confirmed in-game with this player card. Real name of agents. So, in Valorant, we have a bunch of agents. However, we only know a handful of their real names, such as Viper's is Sabine's, Omen's is Fred's, Cypher's is Amir. And this is confirmed in-game, either by character voice lines or character descriptions. There's also these ones up on the screen.
Behind you.
Sure.
He said it like 3 times.
Killjoy's shoe store. So on Split, on this side of the map, there's actually a shoe store that appears to only be selling Killjoy's shoes for some odd reason. However, before Killjoy was even released, this store was used as a kind of teaser to show off the character, where Killjoy's silhouette was just seen in the store, which I find pretty cool. Breakable objects. So this entry actually does appear twice on the Iceberg, so I'm just gonna go ahead and talk about it right here. Anyways, around the map of Valorant, there are some breakable objects, such as this vase on Bind, and these snowmans on Icebox. And if I can think of any other examples, I'll put them up on the screen right now. Yoru's JoJo reference. So when Yoru gets the last kill in a round, he has a chance to say this voice line right here.
Your biggest mistake was that pissed me off.
For all you JoJo fans out there, this might sound very familiar to one of Jotaro's famous sayings.
When the sun comes up, you'll be nothing but dust. You only made one mistake. One that got you killed. Dio, this whole thing might have ended differently, but you went and pissed me off.
And I wouldn't put it past the Valorant devs to put this reference in, as they have added other references to anime such as Dragon Ball, Killjoy, and Rei's relationship. So during April Fools of 2021, Valorant tweeted this out, and in one of the screenshots, Cypher had this to say about raising Killjoy. And although this is an April Fool's joke, I wouldn't be surprised if this was actually real. Omen's original appearance. So in the Valorant beta, Omen looked like this. It stayed for a couple of months before the Valorant devs decided to make it look like this instead, which I think is a huge step up. Killjoy was a robot. So even before the Valorant beta was released to the public, the devs were kind enough to show footage of Valorant in its very early stages, and it showed that Killjoy was originally supposed to be a robot. However, it does appear that they still kept the idea by introducing KO, and I believe this was the better decision to make. Killjoy's early abilities. Still sticking with the early footage of Valorant, it appeared that Killjoy did have different abilities, as one of her abilities that we know of was sort of a hybrid between Brimi's Stim Beacon and Sky's Heal, as Killjoy would just plop down this weird looking device and anybody in the area would be healed, which is honestly pretty broken. Early designs. So moving away from Killjoy in the early stages of Valorant, let's move on to the other agents and talk about their designs. And obviously, when they were showing off this early footage, they basically just made these models very quickly, not intending them to be final. So we can see that these models are very different. We can see Jett here, obviously Killjoy. Soba looked a lot different. So yeah, I think it's pretty interesting to see these early designs compared to the finals and how we're just basically lacking some finer details. Icebox Intruder. So on the map Icebox, on the defender side, there's actually a screen right here that reads Intruder Alert. And before Yoru was released as a joke by the Valorant devs, the samurai suit was perfectly intact with its mask still on it and everything. However, as soon as Yoru was released, it seems a certain somebody broke in and stole the mask. As it turns out, this mask actually has a direct correlation with Yoru's powers, being able to travel between dimensions. And this player card seems to confirm who it was. Phoenix Nice video. So basically there's a video where the Phoenix voice actor for Valorant, where he does a bit of trolling with his Phoenix voice, and it's so uncanny to hear Phoenix say those things. I'm gonna play a little clip from the video that this one's referring to.
You think I'm being nice because I'm smiling and nodding at everything you say, when in reality, I'm thinking about how good you look naked.
Patch 1.11. Patch 1.11 is the exploration update. Wait, that's the wrong game. This one's referring to a patch in which a lot of the gaming changed. First of all, it introduced Icebox into competitive when a lot of players still didn't know how to play the map. And they also buffed the Breach, making him a really strong agent, even better than he was before. And they also introduced Sky into the game and changed the Valorant economy. So yeah, that's a lot to change in one patch. Viper, Cypher, and Jett are dead. So Valorant released a cinematic to kind of showcase Yoru's abilities called Retake, and in this cinematic we can see Yoru and Phoenix attacking while Viper, Cypher, and Jett are defending. And in this cinematic, Yoru takes out Jett and Cypher while Phoenix takes out Viper. Now this one has been kind of deconfirmed with the newer cinematic, showcasing all the Valorant agents alive and well, actually just doing the normal shenanigans. But at the time, it was really unknown what happened to these agents. Who lifted Ascent? So it's really hard to tell when you're playing the map Ascent, but if you look very closely, it's kind of floating, and it's also surrounded by other floating islands. But how did this happen? Well, on Bind, we can see an advertisement for a floating vacation island by Kingdom Corporation. However, in the cinematic duality, we see that the Radiant that Jett drops might have been the actual reason why Ascent is lifted up. Radiant Knight has always been shown to have weird properties, and one of those properties is to be able to terraform the earth itself, such as on Haven, Fracture, and Ascent. Spikes does not explode you. So the whole game of Valorant is all just a training exercise by the Valorant protocol. So the spike doesn't do any damage to the surrounding area, and it shouldn't do any damage to the agents as well. And it has been theorized by the community that these spikes are actually used to try to deactivate the power of Radiant Knight, as all the bombs are by Radiant Knight boxes. Scrapped agents. So this one is referring to scrapped agent ideas and abilities, and there are actually a lot of them. I will link a video to some of the most documented scrapped agents in the video description, so you guys can just go ahead and watch that, because there is actually a lot of information. Rifts. In the Valorant training course, if you look up at the sky, you can see that there appears to be a kind of hole in it. Now these are rifts, and these are most likely due to Radiant Knight. And on Bind, the only map with teleporters where Kingdom has done Radiant Knight experiments, could be the reason why the teleporters work the way they do. And on Breeze, where we can see Radiant Knight being mined, there's another huge teleporter, although we do not know where this one will lead to. Valorant will fry your GPU. So when the Valorant beta first came out, a player reported that Valorant was making their GPU overheat, and this was because of the anti-cheat Vanguard disabling their cooling software, thinking it was suspicious and causing it to overheat. However, it seems like this issue was fixed rather quickly because there were no other reports of this happening. Vanguard is stealing data. So as I said before, Vanguard is Valorant's anti-cheat made by Riot Games, and it's able to work so well because it works at the kernel level, which basically means that the second you turn on your PC, Vanguard will also open up, allowing it to be able to detect any cheating software. However, they have gone on record saying that they only collect data to ensure that nobody is cheating, which yeah, does seem kind of fishy, but hopefully they are not doing that with their anti-cheat. The First Light. The First Light is an event that happens 10 years before the events of Valorant unfold. This event spanned the entire Earth, leading to big transformations to life, technology, and how the government operated. And as a result of this, people started awakening powers, what we know as Radiance. This also caused a shadow organization to form known as the Valorant Protocol. And there's actually a lot more to go into this. I will link a video in the description because I cannot explain it any better. Random voices in Split. So if you're on the A side of the map on Split and you stay silent, you can go ahead and hear an announcement being made, and that's about it. Alright, and that's it for the Valorant Iceberg submitted by the low-end PC user 012 on Reddit with updated information. And now I'm going to go ahead and put some of my own entries in here. They're just going to be randomly sorted. Brimstone's office in training mode. So in the training course, there's a recently added part of it where it's actually just Brimstone's office, and it's actually pretty weird to go in there. It doesn't feel like it belongs there, but it's a nice addition either way. Player's still alive. So this is another bug that happens sometimes. I don't know if they patched it out or not. Basically, whenever you look at a dead body, they will appear to be standing up still. However, you cannot do any damage or anything. It's purely just a visual bug. This happened to me once before. I have a screenshot of it. It's pretty weird to see. E-daters. So basically, this is referring to the fact that when you queue up in a game for Valorant, every now and then you'll see people matching names, and sometimes these names are kind of questionable, and it really makes me want to dodge or throw their game. Meme sprays. So there's a lot of sprays in Valorant. Some of them are direct references to popular memes, such as this one from Dragon Ball, this one, and this one. There's actually a lot of them, and it's pretty cool to see that the Valorant devs are kind of meme lords. Prius Peak, Mighty Black Guy. Now I'm grouping up these two entries together because they're basically the same thing. If you're ever playing in bronze or silver elo and you see these guys, you know you're in for a treat. These guys are known throwers / smurfs / bullies, and yeah, they basically just ruin the game. So if you ever see these two guys, just dodge immediately, report them, and hopefully we can get them banned one day. Unique crosshairs. So this one's referring to the fact that Valorant lets you customize your crosshairs, and this has led to some pretty wacky crosshairs. I myself have like a collection of 10 of these, and yeah, there's a bunch of them actually. Now this one's my personal favorite. It's just 4 crosshairs. I have no idea, like I don't know exactly who created this one, because I had to recreate it because I just saw some random guy who had this one. But yeah, there's a bunch of them right now on screen. Deathmatch AFK lobbies. So there's a game mode in Valorant called Deathmatch, which lets you just kind of run around shooting people with whatever gun you want. And there basically is a hidden elo for this. So if you lose a bunch of times, you will be queued up with a bunch of people who are bad as well. And this actually can lead to you queuing up for AFK lobbies, a lobby where just everybody is AFK grinding. I myself have not been able to experience this. I was in an AFK lobby, however I didn't get to record it or actually be in it. I was also AFK, unfortunately. However, I did get this little bit of footage showing 5 people AFK in the same area, which I thought was pretty funny. This is Unturned. This is Unturned is a music parody of Childish Gambino's This Is America, made by the YouTuber Tots, and honestly I think it's a hidden gem. I just wanted it to come to light because it's honestly just such a beautiful song. Alright, and that would be it for my entries and the Valorant Iceberg. I just want to say thank you guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll try to push out another video hopefully in less than a month. Thank you guys for watching.
Drinks on me. Go ahead, be gone with it.